5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're now tuned into the 411 podcast and reading Between the Wines, powered by the Black Diamond Consultations Network. More than a podcast, this is a sanctuary for self-discovery, healing, and personal growth. Here, we explore what it means to live debt-free, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Every episode is part of a journey across our weekly mentorship series: Spiritual Sundays, Mental Mondays, Transformational Tuesdays, Wind Down Wednesdays, Coaching Sessions Thursdays, and Financial Fridays. Each day holds space for wisdom, clarity, and real conversation. So grab your journal, pour your glass, and prepare to go beyond the surface. Because here, we don't just talk, we transform. And now, here's your guide through it all: entrepreneur, mentor, and founder of Black Diamond Consultations, Laren Gaines.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome on in. Welcome to the 411 podcast. What's going on? If you are out there, if you could please do me a favor, please like, comment, share, subscribe, tag, text a friend, do whatever you need to do to invite them in. And I just want to say thank you all so much for joining. Now's the opportunity to go ahead and open up the floodgates and invite some more people in. This is going to be a great show tonight. I have my friend who has been on this show several times, and it's so great to see both of us evolve and get to new heights. Mr. Neil Jones Jr. will be in just a few. Before I go ahead and move on to the next, I want to first of all say thank you so much to Queen Dawn Spirit and Marcus for coming through last night for Spiritual Sunday. If you have not watched the video, head on over to YouTube and you can go ahead and watch the replay video. Also, if you want to, just listen to it and get the audio version, that is available as well, where most of your podcasts are. So wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, that's where you should be able to listen to 411 podcast and Reading Between the Wines. If it is not available on your favorite platform, just do me a favor. You can text me 609-200-1098. You may also DM me on any of my social media platforms as well. And you can also email me at info@larengaines.com, and I'll try to go ahead and get that, posted on your favorite podcast platform. I will say that I am pretty pleased that, what we have been doing so far with the podcast and the audio version as well. We are on iHeartRadio. So for somebody like me, after coming through this whole journey since 2020 and, prior to that, I knew what I wanted to do, as a youngster, and to be here doing it today in the capacity that I'm doing it. I have to say, sometimes you have to pat yourself on the back because sometimes other people won't. So I am thankful, for all of it. So iHeartRadio, Spotify, Deezer, Pocket Cast, Audacity, and that's just to name a few. There's so many other platforms that, the podcast shows up and streams on. So thank you all for, especially the Spotify listeners. Thank you so much. Please share and invite more people into that space. I want to say thank you to YouTube. Thank you to, let's see what else has been. Daily Motion, of course. I've started checking some things out yesterday, and we continue to do very well on Daily Motion as well. So thank you to all of the new people who have checked me out, most recent. And here we are, Mental Mondays. This is part of the mentorship series. So I do Spiritual Sunday, Mental Monday, Transformational Tuesday, Wind Down Wednesday, Coaching Sessions Thursday, and Financial Fridays. Last night was Queen Dawn Spirit for Spiritual Sunday, and we have Neil Jones coming in tonight for Mental Monday. This is all about, debt-free living, but we're going to tap into it from the mental realm, what it means to live debt-free from the mental space as well. um, I want to thank my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me another opportunity to come out here and do this and to connect with like-minded individuals as well. We're going to speak about that tonight, what it means to, you know, be free. And that also has to do with the people that you surround yourself with. So I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but I just want you to keep that on the front of your brain, what being free means to you. So I want to get down through this list here as best as I possibly can. I want to thank everybody for participating this week. We have SOS coming in on Thursday, Alex Coquito showing up for Financial Fridays. We had Queen Dawn Spirit last night, along with her business partner, Marcus Johnson. I want to thank them for an amazing show last night. Tonight, we have Neil Jones Jr. Tomorrow, for Transformational Tuesday, we have author Melvin Parapoli. Wednesday, we have my friend, my brother, author slash poet Birdman 313. I want to give a very special thank you to Jonathan Martin Ives, Maddie Lee Mars, Canadian artist Maddie Lee Mars. She joined us for Restoration Part 1, which was earlier this year. Ian West as well. He was on Part 1 earlier this year. I want to thank my niece, Okita. West Virginia Uncommon Place podcast. Thank you for being a great, business partner as well. Danny Ellie from My Survivor Voice podcast. Thank you for the love and support. R&B singer Miss Donnie Nicole. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'm getting this right. Two Speed 93 and Trini Boy Music. Thank you all so much for supporting the 411 podcast and Reading Between the Wines. So as I spoke earlier, I did say that Queen Dawn Spirit and Marcus Johnson came through, and I can't even speak enough about it. What a great way to kick off the part 2 of Restoration. Night 1, we kicked it out the box. So here we are tonight for Mental Monday, and we have Neil Jones Jr., and we're going to see what we have coming up, shortly. So now's the time for us to get into this song of the day. This is an important song. It's a heavy song, what the original intent was from it. I will tell you that, we remix it. I remix all of the song of the days. And, because one meaning can mean something to somebody else, and it can mean something totally different for me. So we're going to remix a little bit tonight, but the song is Be Free by J.Cole, which was released in 2014. Let me go ahead and take a drink, because I don't know where that came from. um, which was released in 2014, and this is a very, very powerful song for the people who know where it originated from. So I don't want to take away from that, but I want us to think about being free. I always wanted to be free, but it got all twisted up and ended up becoming everything else but freedom. And like I said, I'm going to remix this song, and I don't want to overlook the importance of this record. This is a very powerful record, and it has a very powerful meaning. But tonight is very powerful as well. And tonight has a very powerful meaning when it comes to Mental Monday. And I'm sure you've all heard the saying that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Not only is it a terrible thing to waste, but it is very detrimental to our overall well being when we waste our mind on people, places, and material things that no longer serve us. Last night was a powerful conversation with Queen Dawn Spirit and Marcus. And we were speaking about and talking about what happens when you control your life, your mind, and your body. How important it is for you to control your own life, your mind, and your body. And it's so important because if you don't, the alternative is that somebody else will. So what we consume, from the food that we eat to the news that we watch the social media that we're scrolling back and forth, from our coworkers to the music that we listen to our family, to our friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that all of that, it all matters. Mental health is very important when it comes to living a healthy, debt free life. If your mind is distorted and out of control, most likely your finances and your relationships will be as well. Being free in your mind starts with taking responsibility for your life and saying no to what no longer serves you. Now, the first step in taking responsibility for your life is limiting certain people, places, and material things that no longer serve you. And one of my good friends said to me, maybe about 2 weeks ago, she said, Laren, you know what? Not everyone deserves to have a seat at your table. And I know that, but sometimes I need people to, get me in line a little bit when I start to backtrack a little bit. I was having a conversation about a specific situation I was in, and she just outright said, "You know what, Laren? Not everyone deserves to have a seat at your table." And I was like, "You know what? Thank you so much for reminding me that, because sometimes we can tend to forget a little bit." And I know it's easier said than done. But when you can get to that point where you say, you know what, I can no longer hang out with you anymore, sit on the phone with you and listen to you download all your negativity, your drama, and your disrespectful thought patterns, I absolutely cannot do that anymore. I can no longer hang out at the bars and the clubs late nights because I got some place to be. I have some to go home to. Whatever your situation might look like, but sometimes you might have to speak like that. And remember, association brings on participation. Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. And we have to be cautious of the so called friends, and I'm going to keep it real, and family members who get upset when you decide to all of a sudden take responsibility for your life. And the only reason that most of those people were upset is because now you're basically saying, guess what? I have standards and I have boundaries. When in reality, when you didn't have any standards and boundaries, that's when they benefited from you the most. So I want to say, remember, protect your peace, protect your mental health, live and love your life. That just sounds so smooth to me and so powerful. Live and love your life and be free in this present moment. Song of the day, Be Free. J.Cole, released in 2014. Now's the moment where we go ahead and bring in my friend, Neil Jones Jr. It's been a minute since I spoke to this cat, so we're going to see exactly what's been going on.
How you doing, brother?
How are you? What's going on?
Good, 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 man. One day at a
I'm
time.
good. I'm good. I'm good. How's your world?
So, would you say that, Anna?
How's it in your world?
Oh
How's
man,
everything out there?
it's good. It's
I
good.
said, how is it in your world?
It's good. It's good. Can you hear me? You hear me pretty well? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay, good, good, man. It's good.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Man, it's been good, man. God been blessing me. I just been keeping him first and doing what I have to do to keep all my ducks and stuff in order. And but basically keeping him first and understanding what's going on, that everything got a season, everything got a time, and just wait patiently, and that time gonna come. So yeah, I just give it all to him.
Wow, I feel like I don't want to go in, but I'm gonna go in already.
Yeah.
So, you first of all, let everybody know where you're from. Your businesses.
Well, I'm
Um,
gonna let you know I'm from born and raised down here in Fleming, Georgia. Old country boy, hundred
okay.
percent. Born and raised, and I love it. And I do a lot of business stuff in Hinesville, Savannah, Macon, Atlanta, all over. But my roots is Georgia. Country, small town. It probably maybe like 2,000 people, black and white, and some mix, and Asians and Koreans and Chinese and stuff. So It's very small town, so that's how I've been born and raised. So we just we was learning to do what we had to do, to keep what we had to do, keep going, and just learning to keep, every day to wake up, put one foot in front of the other, and go from there.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, I'm sure your weather is nice out there,
Yes,
right
yes,
about
yes.
now.
Weather is nice. The weather is nice. The weather's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice and calm. Got to be about maybe 76 degrees outside. It's dark, so out there. So, but no, I'm enjoying it. Living on the coast is always good. Living near the water, living near a pond, living in, you can see the moon, the skies, the clouds, and just enjoy nature. Just enjoy what God had put on this earth. And I think that's what we all, in these days of time, that's all we need to do is kind of enjoy what's in front of it and make the best of it.
Hmm. That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
Um, how is the atmosphere? How's the atmosphere
Out here,
in where you're
well,
at?
where I'm at, the atmosphere is good. It's real good. But the thing is, right, you got to learn to take the atmosphere with you. Like, you can leave this place, you can leave and go and travel, but if you don't have a good energy and you don't have a good character about yourself, you're just going to fail. Um, but as a per se, as in the energy and the environment, I love it out here. You can energize, you can think, it's peaceful. You can kind of come up with new ideas and ways you can better yourself. You can, being out here in the country is more like, um, you got time to work on yourself, to better yourself, your inner self, and work, let it show out through you. So I like the country. I got some, family from the city, whatever the case may be. But coming out here to the country is more peaceful and quiet. To me, that's just me talking. But I like it. I like it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But if I have to travel, I'm taking it. I'm taking the country with me. I wouldn't leave it. I wouldn't leave it. I wouldn't leave it. For
I
real. I
got
mean,
you. I
I go
got
to
you.
New Jersey. I
I'm
go
gonna
to New
say, look,
York. I'm gonna stay the same. I'm going to New York, go to in New Jersey, Philadelphia. Got some family up there, but they will always people will always know where this guy from, young man from the South or from Georgia. He's because it's they can tell. They can tell.
I would say, listen, I'm sure you got some dark country back roads. I
Yeah,
can't mess with
yeah,
that. I
yeah. It's
got
plenty. It's
you.
plenty
I
out
got
here. It's plenty. Hey, it's plenty. It's
no,
so much out here you can choose from it. It's so much out here you can
no,
choose from.
thank you.
But we got the trail rides. We had the trail rides, fishing, cooking, frying fish. You know what I'm saying? It's just people. I just
Mm,
just make the best of it. It's
that
it's
sounds
here. It's
good.
here. It's here.
I'm traveling virtually just by the conversation. I like that. This is one thing I love about connecting with people all over, because I get to travel virtually and mentally. I'm getting that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting these vibes. So United is I have a problem because I want to say advertising. Do I
No,
got it
that's
right?
it. That's it.
United Advertising,
It's United
or
Advertising.
is
You can
it?
say United.
I got it right. Okay.
Don't matter. Some people call me United out of the public. Some people call me, United Advertising LLC. But it's United Advertising as a business wise, United Advertising LLC. But you can call me United. You can call me Mr. Jones.
So
Just don't call me late for dinner.
so let us know how this came about.
Well, in 20,
How did you
it,
come about your
how it
business?
came about 2017, I had a seafood business and I was doing selling seafood and I was trying to find out a different way. And I still, did with dabble here and there, but I wanted to find a different way. How can I reach my market? And I wanted to be different in my market and advertising. So I started coming with different ways to what if I can. The goal was this: if I can get the people, the audience eyeballs, and not to bother them so much, but not to harass them and not to waste their time. That's what the thing was about how I came about as in 2015. And I just started thinking of ideas. How can I stand out? And then we started with a walking billboard. One guy said, "Hey man, I like what you're doing. What would you to have my ad on there? Like I had with Mike Hostelo and a lot of other different businesses, State Farm, and a lot of more other law firms coming too, and a lot of other car dealerships. So I just started like that, and I just worked my way, and I'm still working. So I was like, okay, well, walking billboard, is pretty much working for me. And I just stayed at it. I just stayed at it. So it's more about being different. It's more about being different and standing out. But yeah, that's all about. It's more about being different and standing out.
So the walking billboard. So
Which
you just basically just started walking in prominent
Yeah,
areas.
I started a guy called me.
That's
Yeah,
how
the
they.
guy called me. He was advertising for his car dealership at the time, and he said, "Hey, what would what would be if I put my advertising on the walking billboard and walk around his in an intersection where his business was at?" And that's how it all started. And then everybody started to gravitate to that, and I started picking up clients and stuff in there. Some came, some left, but I said I was gonna stay through it through the whole nine, and I just thought of more ideas how I can add to the business. But I love it. I love it. I love the journey, and uh, I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad it wasn't microwavable. That's the number one thing. And so
Mhm.
that's what I would say. I'm just glad it wasn't microwavable because in the minute in the mean of all that, you really had to be patient. And really, while God wants you to be patient, you really learning something that's going to be for you for your next level in life. So a lot of people like, oh, why my time coming, my time, why yours come and mine ain't come. Sometimes we look at that in a different manner, but we gotta understand that God will put a pause on us so we can work on ourselves to understand what you got to understand what God is doing. Until you really can grasp that, that's when you can understand how things gonna turn out for you.
I want to say thank you for circling back to that because how we started it off, um, we right back where I wanted to be. So this is
Yeah.
amazing. You spoke about faith, having faith during the waiting period. Um, so how important, and I know you touched base on this, but I want you to dig into it a little more. How important is it to have faith during this entrepreneurship game? I know you said some people came, some people left, and you just, stayed the course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Um,
How important it is, what how faith ties in.
faith, when you want something, how faith ties in is more. You really got to see. You gotta faith go nudge you. To me, it's gonna nudge you. Say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting good work out there, even if nobody don't see you. Uh, a lot of people do a lot of stuff for gratification too. But that's what we got to learn and understand between the different of the people that's doing all the talking and the people that's really putting in the work. Them two different things. Because one of them ain't gonna line up with each other. You see what I'm saying? One of the two ain't gonna line up,
Mm,
but one
mhm,
thing, one of the two ain't gonna line up with each other, but one of them gonna show. And no most out of those 9 times out of 10, the ones that really show it, they tend to be quiet about it. You ain't gonna hear too much about that. So once I understand that
mhm.
about faith, faith without work is dead. You got to put the work in, and while you putting the work in, you learning and you being patient, and whatever gonna come is it's just a test. Most of the time things happen. It's just a test, and I believe things happen for a reason. Some people leave your life. Some people come in your life. Some people make time for you. Some people don't make time for you. But I'm like, whoever don't make time for you, they're where they really want to be. So they give you enough space to work on yourself. And so the right people come in your life that really want to make time for you. That's really going to take you to elevate you, take you to the next level. So it's more about faith. And faith is like it's like you're not gonna you don't really you can't really see it. You're gonna have to feel it. And you
Yeah,
just
you
gotta
can't.
know that, yeah, you just gotta know that the man is right beside you, holding your hand and guiding you through whatever you're going through. Well, in a good manner, because
Yeah, yeah.
we get to the point to like, oh well, we everybody going through different stuff, but God don't He don't put us to a lot of stuff. He put us a lot of tests so we can make us stronger too for the next level. And everybody look at a loss. Everybody look at it as a loss. But I look sometimes now to where I'm at right now in my life. I look at a loss as a win because it's preparing me for something greater. I don't know what it is now, but I know if that man above is allowing me to go through this, it got to be something on the other side for me.
Wow, I know that's right. That was a lot there, and
You know?
so
Yeah,
many good points
yeah,
there. Um,
yeah. A lot. It's a lot. I told you I gonna give you what you want.
you did, and you said something, and I should have. I gotta have my pen and pad ready. Man, you said when people something along the lines when people don't show up, and I'm giving it to you my version. When people don't show up for you the way they're supposed to, you said
Oh
something
yeah.
along you said something along the
Yeah,
lines that is creating space for no, you said those people are where they want to be or something along that lines.
yeah. What I was saying is, people when people don't have no time for you, it's a good thing
Yeah.
because that give you a time to work on yourself. So put you in position for the right people that going to make the time for you without you even have to question it. And that's automatic. And I learned that as a little
That
boy.
one.
You know what I'm saying? I seen that. I seen it. I gravitated from it. But a lot of people not gonna get that. A lot of people ain't gonna understand that. And the other thing too,
Mm,
a lot of things ain't for everybody to understand at the time. Oh yeah.
I know that's right because my grandmother would say, "Larry, what God has for you is
Yes,
for
yes.
you," and where I had a problem was because what God had for me, I wanted to make it for
Oh yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else, and He made it for me to see, not for everybody else to see, and that became a problem when I started to include other people
No,
and
you can't
things.
do that. It's
But
not good to do that. Some it's not good to do that. I think I
right,
yeah,
we know
I
that
think
today.
that
I didn't
when
know
you
it
on your
before.
journey, what I learned when you on your journey, when you really focus on what you gonna do and you focus on that, you ain't even gotta ask, you ain't gotta pump and prime nobody to come in your lane. The right people just gonna automatically start showing up. You ain't gotta beg nobody, you ain't gotta run nobody down, you ain't gotta chase nobody. Them people know exactly what they doing when they trying to do it. You see what I'm saying? So, but like I say, that same what I just said could be turned into something negative and something positive, but it all
Hmm.
depends on how you look at it and how you use it.
I
Yeah, I
know
mean
that's
it's
right.
it's it's, it's the truth. Uh,
Now, now we on this entrepreneurship on you know mental Monday. It could be a lot running your own business. How do you fight away I want to say I I want to be cautious with it because not everybody's going to have depression, but sometimes we could slip into an overwhelming sense of I got a lot of stuff on my plate running my own business, doing this all on my own. Might have one or two or three, team members to support you behind the scenes that can't nobody see. But um, how important is it to make sure your mental health is on point when you are running your own business as an
well,
entrepreneur?
for me, you know, I turn it into a business, however the case may be. But at the end of the day, what you see me do on Instagram and Facebook, that's 100% me. I just had to put a business name on it because it started revenue. Um, Depression, it's gonna come and go, but that's his life. But what I would say is that if you trying to get somewhere in life, you need to study and understand life, that
Hmm.
depression and that stuff gonna come. You just gotta mentally surround yourself with people that done been in that space or been in that lane so they can tell you how to deal with that. Because if they still living, if they still progressing, you gotta surround yourself with people that want you to win and give you good advice. when you, because a lot of people, that same question you asked me, a lot of people could take that and manipulate people's mind and use it against them too. So this is all about staying strong and all about knowing where you, it's all about knowing where you trying to go at, not what they trying to get you to go at. Because yeah, you asking them for advice, but you got to go ahead and do your research, because what if the advice they give you not even what are not even true? But the depression is, it's gonna
Mhm.
come. It's just how you deal with it. Just do something that you like doing. Take that negative and turn it something positive. Okay, if you got that much depression, if think about it, if you put that much energy in depression, you could put that same amount of energy in what you really love doing and get to the next level. I'm just saying, it might hurt you a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but that same energy you looking to dwell
Mhm.
on that, oh, I'm this and I can't do this and I can't do that. Just say if you took the time out, shutting your mouth, close your mouth, and really taking that energy and putting in something that you really love doing, and how would you get to the next level? That's all it is. That's all it is. You got to transform that. You got to transform it.
Transform a
Yeah, but
negative into
depression gonna
positive.
come. Um, that's just a part of the game. Ain't no run away from that. It's just how you gonna deal with it. How I deal with it, I just
I think a lot of times, at least,
it what now? Oh no, I'm
uh-oh,
no
did
what you
we?
said. It,
Okay. No, I was saying, I was saying a lot of times, I guess there's a delusion that every day is going to be a perfect day.
yeah, but it ain't gonna be a perfect day.
That there's not going to be any sad days. It's not going to be
I
right.
learned, I learned, I learned like this. Whatever you dealing with in a bad way, find your way to enjoy it. Find whatever you find your way to enjoy it, because you got to think about it like this. That man, God ain't put us on this earth to deal with this storm every day. You see what I'm saying? Um, you just got to find your way to enjoy it. And when you learn to weather the storm, then you be all right. Um, yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to learn to weather the storm, and you got to understand that you can't be telling everybody your business and what you're going through too, because god is god is putting you through that, not for you to tell X, Y, and Z, because you mess around and vent goes to different rooms too. And I know that's another thing a lot of black men and a lot of white men don't want to talk about, because we don't want to say too much, but you got to be careful who you telling your business to too. Even when you're doing something good, even when you going through something. But I just learned that whatever I'm going through is the reason why God put me through it, and I learned to make the best out of it. Because and every time I did that, he showed that he was right. It might have took him some time, but he was right there. He was right there at the end, and so yeah, I respect him for that. I respect him for that 100%. So that's just my full take of it.
Now, you mentioned something about you have to be very careful as far as where you get advice from. And I spoke earlier when we started that association brings on participation. Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. And you are like an average of the five closest people that you surround yourself with, people who you talk to on a daily basis, weekly basis. Think of the five closest people that you interact with. And most people, you can go through your phone and you can scroll and see who you've been texting, who you've been calling, and then start to get an average of the five closest people to you. Now, out of those five people, you're just going to be an average. You're not going to be at the top. You're not at the bottom. You're going to be somewhere in the middle. How do you feel about that? Is how important is it for you? Do you have a big circle? Do you have a small circle, medium circle? How is that for you?
Where I've been raised in the country, it's best to have a small circle. Um, and most everybody in my circle doing something. Either they trying to figure it out, either they done figured it out, or they damn near close figuring it out. Um, so I can say the people who I deal with, the people who I talk on the phone, the people who I reach out to, they They doing something. They on the same level I'm on, but a little bit higher. And it's good to have people. It's good to
Mm,
have people that's higher than you too, because you can learn from them. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I see it. You know,
yeah,
it's just the same stuff, but the money just
yeah,
different. That's all it
yeah.
is. But if they really want you on their level, they're gonna show you and tell you about the in due time. They're gonna tell you and show you about you what you need to do to where you can handle a problem different, to where when that problem come again, it'll just be a drop in the bucket.
Wow.
Yeah.
You almost you almost stumped me a little bit because I'm sitting here trying to think of what you said, and I'm thinking of what I was how I was going to respond to that. But wow, I'm gonna just pause right there because I had to catch my thoughts. But it is so important. Oh, no, now I know exactly what it is. I know what it was. You said they're on the same level but a little bit higher. They're on the same level but a little bit higher. That is so
Yeah,
important.
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to say this to everyone out there listening. You do not want to be the smartest person in the room. I've said this time and time and time again, and I always would pride myself. And first comes pride, then comes destruction, right? We shouldn't be very prideful, with our chest sticking out, but I would be very prideful about being the smartest person in the room. Everybody come to learn and get all of the information, and I'm trying to here to help solve everybody's problem. And next thing my head is spinning in 50 million directions, and I want nothing to do with neither one of y'all because all you're doing is coming to me with problems. So don't be the smartest person in the room. Sometimes you might need to learn from somebody else. If you find yourself always teaching, mentoring, trying to pull somebody else up, and nobody is there to help pull you up, mm, I would second guess that a little bit.
Hmm. Yep, that is it. That is it. You got it. You got it. You got I think these days you gotta be careful who you let in your circle. Cause there's a lot of people that's out there trying to find your game plan too. But if you
How do you feel
if
about
you
that?
natural, if you natural, it's really not a game plan. I mean, it's a game plan, it's to get you somewhere, but I just learned, man, you just gotta be quiet. You can't tell everybody everything. Um
I
certain certain,
I used to get
certain
upset.
things that God show you, that God bless you with, ain't for everybody to know about. And we as people, we get too excited and
Yeah.
want to tell people, and then it'll never happen. That's I learned that from myself.
Wow.
That was the old me. And once I started keeping my mouth closed, God has started opening more doors for me. And I ain't gonna sit here and lie and tell you
Mm,
it ain't the truth. But I say it again, the more I kept my mouth closed, when I started keeping my mouth closed, the more God has been started blessing me abundantly and opportunities too. So
wow.
hey,
I'm
I told you, didn't I told you, right? I told you. Now the people gonna see this.
you did,
The
you
people gonna see
did.
this, and your views gonna go right.
Mhm.
Cause this what I'm talking about, stuff people don't even want to talk about, even want to hear. Well, even what they may be going through. That's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't change for nothing. I'm from the country. I can't change for nothing. This is I know what it take. I can do this. Let me put
That's
it like this. I can do this stuff all over again with my eyes closed and blindfolded, and my hands tied.
Now, spirituality, right? That plays a
Yes.
part. And from your area where you're from, there's deep roots when it comes to, spirituality, having faith. I know what our people do. I get it. I know where we come from. Um, how integral was that growing up? Or did you just get it? Now, now before you answer, for me, I did not grow up in the church. I grew
Okay.
up in music. Everything that you see around me, records and music, and who my girl is and all that stuff. That's what I grew up in. And although my grandmother, both of my grandmothers, grandparents always were in the church and stuff like that, that just skipped me. It wasn't during the time frame I wasn't born where they were taking me to church. Stuff happened, and I don't know how I just ended up just floating out there, but I just gravitated towards music. But the message in the music is what kept me alive, and then it moved me back. He moved me back towards him. Um, and now I'm like all over it. I'm this new spiritual being, and went through a spiritual awakening. But for you, was that always something from childhood? Was it instilled in you, or did you pick it up on your own? Did he call you, at a
No,
certain
that was
time?
childhood.
Because it's not like we did it. Like, we,
That was
it was
that was hundred
childhood.
percent childhood. The way I've been raised, had a lot to do. I was raised with a family, and I was raised in. When people say raised in the church, I was raised. I was raised in the church, but I was raised to understand the principle of being raised in the church, of understanding that. I saw both sides. I saw the real, I saw the fake. Um, as a little boy, so I just took it and learned from it. I gained from it. Uh, so yeah, I thank God that I was raised like that. I'm glad. I thank God I went to Sunday school. I thank God, Sister Gloria made sure that we was in Sunday school early in the morning with our grits and our eggs and our ham and sausage and bacon before.
I
Oh
know
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna be real. And our orange juice. And then we went to church.
Yeah.
Um, and we went to Sunday school first, and then after that, you know, after that we played cards, we played solitaire, we fried chicken. But in the middle of all that though, you had a lot of old heads and stuff that was around that was giving us the young guys game that was really taking care of handling business. And so I saw both sides. I saw the part, my granddaddy, my daddy going out to the church, cleaning the church up. And that time I wanted to do the same thing. And,
Hmm.
so it was like a traditional thing. And, mama cleaning the church and, she, getting the stuff together, for cooking on Saturday night for Sunday morning dinner. Throwing the chicken out, ham hocks, oxtail, whatever you needed. That was going down every day of the week in the country. And so it just taught me a lot of principles, how to treat a lot of people, um, your self-respect, value, yes ma'am, no ma'am, open the door for the lady. Don't, what I'm saying, certain stuff you say in the era of that, when the kids around, it just that's what resonated with me. So I just took it in and made a bigger pie with it, a bigger cake with it. But I love it though.
Now, now I'm gonna take it there.
All
I
right,
have to
all
take
right.
it there. You spoke about growing up in the church. Again, I did not grow up in church. I grew up in music. Um, how many times, or have you heard, not necessarily your church, or just any church in general in your area, speak about debt, getting out of debt, doing the right thing with your money? Um, how many times have you heard that conversation in a church?
Oh, a lot. That's called paying your tithe. When God start blessing you with $10 or $100 or $200, you take the 10% out of that, and you pay your tithes with at a church. Now, if you don't got a home church, and you can bless somebody with that money, but I would say find your home church where you can put a good soul seed in the ground and can grow. But yeah, that is, you got good debt, you got bad debt. But my thing is this: when you growing in
Hmm.
business, you want to pay your tithes and you want to keep your debt ratio down, so that when something big happen, When if you believe in yourself that much, keep your debt down because when something big happen and your big check come, or when your big opportunity come, you ain't got much to pay back because you believe in yourself that much to put yourself in that position. That's some deep stuff.
Now, see what you just said. What you just said right there. Most people, they don't know
They
that.
don't know, but it's
It's
easy.
sad to say, but what you just said, most people don't know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
because in our culture, it's all about what you look like. So they spend the money on looking the part, but in reality, they're not the part. If that makes sense, I
yeah,
don't even know if
yeah,
that
yeah.
made sense. Let me
I
make sure I
see.
said
I
it again.
see where you're
They
going at with it.
they focus on looking the part.
Yeah. In this 2025,
So
we ain't trying to look apart. We trying to make sure our ducks and stuff in order. We trying to really do this thing. This ain't, a lot of people do it for show, but this ain't no show. This is reality. This is for real. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no Instagram and Facebook can deny the work that you put in. If you put the work in, you ain't gonna deny that. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people want that instant, that social media stuff, but it's there. It's there. Now, don't get me wrong, it's there, but you got to know the difference. And if you don't know the difference, that stuff will take you up under. And then now you dealing with more depression than what you really dealing with because you trying to
mm,
keep up, you trying to hold an image to where you trying to hold an image where people don't even care about you. The minute that you fall, them people don't care nothing about you, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got some people in your corner that want you to win, but man, 9 times out of 10, them people don't really care about you. They just watching you. And 9 times people watch you, they ain't gonna like none of your stuff. They see it. They see it. But like I say, um, they don't like I say, the more they can keep us lost, the more they can win. That's always remember that the more they can keep us lost, the more they can win. They get a revenue, they get a share, they get a lot of money behind being fake and not showing the people the real deal. But you got to show these people it's really going down here for real. I mean, you got people around here having it. No, even for real, you got people around here having it, really putting the work in. That I don't watch it, I don't study. Got up on some books, some knowledge and stuff like that. But yeah, it's happening. But like I say, you gotta people gotta know the difference between the real and the fake. And a lot of people don't not willing to take the time out to do that because they want it microwave, they want it right then and there.
I like that you spoke about that a couple times. You put pride into it, and you were continuously focusing on your business, and you were pleased to know that it wasn't
Yeah, yeah,
microwavable. Like whether people came, people left, the fact that you're still doing it after all of this time and still, doing your thing lets you know that it's not
yeah.
microwavable. And that's that instant gratification. And that's where we can sort of get a little hung up. I know you spoke about having patience, but that's the era we're in right now, that instant gratification. So what advice do you have for people who are listening that might be thinking about starting a business? It might be overwhelming to them.
I'll say do it,
What advice do you
do
have
it,
for
do
them?
it, do it. Lock into what you're doing. Keep your family and friends out your business. Um, Seek some type of guidance. Do your own research. Scrape your own knees. Fall, make your own falls. Get up again. Um, get up and do something. This do something because time is winding up. And as you see what's going on out in the world, and you
Mm,
telling me with everything going on in the world, all these mass shooting and all these people doing all this, these people could do all this evil, can take time and do all this evil, but you can't take time to put in what you want to do for your life. And now you saying is it worth for you really doing it? It's worth for you doing it because you ain't gonna get no younger. So yeah, I'll say do it. Do it with pride, chin up, face out, but always keep that man there first. But then you always got to make sure if that's what you're supposed to be doing too. You got to find out what you good at. Um, you got to talk to God.
Okay,
You
okay.
got to talk to God. You got to do a lot of soul searching. You got to do a lot of family. You got to do a lot of family generational things. You got to find out what your mama doing, what your daddy did, or what your grandfather did, and you got to study them. You got to study your grandmom. You got to study what she was good at. You got to study what talent she had. If your granddaddy had a stove, if your mama had a stove, you got to find out if you got to find these things out and put this thing together. And that really will show you when you start configuring all this stuff. You put all this stuff in one pot. You will know who you really are. But you got to put the work in. Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah. See, a lot of that to find out who you really are, you got to go back to your mom and your daddy. You gotta if you don't go back to your mom, you got to go back to your uncles and find out. You know what I'm saying? Where did what is in your bloodline that could make you so great? It could be trucking. It could be painting cars. It could be uh uh what I can say doing concrete. Could be doing a lot of stuff. But you got to really find out. And you can't, oh, I'm gonna go do what he doing. I'm gonna go do what she doing. You ain't gonna get nowhere doing that. You might as well hang that up. You think I'm gonna go do, oh, I'm gonna go run up. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. You will fail just like that, having that mentality. Oh, I'm gonna do this because she doing. I'm gonna do this because he doing. Ain't gonna work. I mean, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You gonna make yourself like a fool doing that. So if you think you got an attitude like that, and you think that's gonna work, then you might as well just go back home and lay down.
I
Go back to the drawing board and
think that
figure it
that's
out.
so important that you said you got to be very careful.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, you got to be very careful about not doing what somebody else does. And there were times where I would get a little, I guess, a little upset when somebody would like take something from me, or I did something and then you turn around and you see somebody else doing the same thing. But what I realized within the past couple years is that, and I can't even believe it took me this long to realize it, that there's only one me. So I can't get concerned about what somebody else does, because if they have taken some things and now they're on a path that is not even them, and I sit back and it's kind of disturbing. It's not funny.
No, it don't let it
It's
bother
a
you.
little, it's a little,
You can't let it
yeah,
bother
it's a
you,
little
brother.
disturbing when you see somebody else, take something from you. That's
That means you doing something good. That means you doing something good. That's all it is. They they don't have the ability to be you. They rather copy you. That means you doing something good. That's all. That's
now,
all it is.
now,
Because mhm. Go ahead.
now, when it comes to your business, um, competition, right? Do you get nervous? Do you care if you see somebody that takes something from you? Or are you that confident that hey, listen, you can go ahead and rock with it, but it ain't gonna work? Is that the position
Um.
you're in?
Oh yeah, I always had that mentality. I know that may happen, but like I say, I don't want nothing that God ain't got for me, and I hope that nobody don't want nothing else that God ain't got for them. Uh, Competition, I don't believe in it. I know it's out there, but because I designed this business to deal with certain customers, to my goal and my revenue, and I don't look at no competition. Uh, if they want to take it, go ahead, do it. Do it. That is give me gratification that okay, I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
N-
so that's how I kind of look at it. That you this
Now,
competition. Go ahead.
I
Competition
would
is gonna
say
be
if they're
competition.
able to take it,
Well, they can take it.
I would say if they're able to take it from you,
Uh,
then it wasn't really yours to begin with, right?
yeah, you just. I mean, you just ain't gonna take another man work now. I don't care what you gotta understand now. You just ain't gonna take another man work or another. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can take another person work, why you just can't do it for yourself? If you put that much energy to taking another man, another woman work, why you can't do it for yourself? Ain't no cutting corners around here. I'm just saying, ain't nothing cutting corners around here. This is what it is.
Hmm.
This is what you get.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
I figure that if somebody think that they could take something, right, they can duplicate, they can, like I said, there are people who are on paths of being a podcaster.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna put it that way. And that's not what they really wanted.
yeah. Oh, oh, if you want to talk,
They might fizzle out.
well, if you want to talk about
Now you go ahead.
podcasts, if you want to talk about podcasts, I had a couple of people reach out to me, told me, say, "Hey, man, Neil, you need to start your podcast." But only reason I didn't start a podcast because that's not what God wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, I
Hmm.
rather, I rather let, I rather that energy to go to somebody that really could do something with it versus me trying to do just based off of
Yeah.
what somebody tell me to do. Because if I allow people to tell me what they should think they
Hmm.
can do over my life,
They're the ones who program and they're the ones who are
okay,
controlling, they're the ones who calling the
there you
shots.
go.
So
You see, you
yeah.
don't figure something out.
The-
You don't figure something out real fast. I like that. You going somewhere.
yeah.
So, I said I rather I rather give that energy to people like yourself that's doing something that if I can help out with somebody's views, that's all that counts, bro. Like we on this we on this earth to leave something good behind, and that's what I learned. Like every day I wake up, when I talk to people, or when I leave a store, when I leave somewhere that I want to leave something good behind. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much stuff going on here. Too much.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know that's right. Um wow, we went in
That's
deep tonight.
real deep though,
Definitely. It's been a minute.
man. It was
When's the last time you were on the
about two
show? It's
years
been a
ago.
minute.
2 years ago. Um, Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
wow.
About two, about 2 years ago. Yeah, about 22, 23, ending of 22
Hmm.
or beginning of 23. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm. It's been a minute.
But yeah, that's what it is.
New I guess projects, new ventures. Do you have extensions with your
Um,
business that you want to share with us? Anything upcoming?
I was blessed enough to be able to get on one of my goals to get on one of Country Wayne skits with rapping vehicles. I rap vehicles, stuff like that too. Um, I have done a couple of Boys and Girls
Hmm.
Club vans. I did a State Farm rap the State Farm van. So whatever God got for me, me if I put the good intentions in it, it's gonna work. It's gonna happen. So I was blessed for that opportunity, to be able to like I said, get in that skid and also do a lot of other things too when it comes down to going to the next level. I'm looking to get in some commercials. I'm looking to get on TV more. Whatever I got to do to get there, I'm just gonna put good intentions behind it, and it's gonna happen. And on his time though, not mine, but he know what I'm up against. He know my heart.
Right, right, right. Now, any more, movies? Because I know you've done some little guest appearances and things like that.
I did
Any more stars you meet? Because you meet a lot of people.
I
No,
met I met
no one
Charlamagne
new.
the God in South Carolina. As a matter of fact, Charlamagne the God signed
See,
signed his sign here. He signed that. I'm gonna show you all the people who signed it. Charlamagne the God, a young lady that work at ATL Bank and Seafood with my man Killer Mike on. She signed it. 57 Freddie that do a lot of work with Rick Ross. He signed it, and Country Cod signed it. Country Cod signed for South Carolina, and also who's the other one? Easy Money. Easy Money. I went to his car show. He had a drag script, had a drag strip car show. We had nice cars and stuff like that. So I love going to a lot of car drag show, drag script, drag racing. I'm a big sponsor. I'm a big what to say, I got a big
Mhm.
habit for that. If I'm going to the drag script. I love that. That's my That's my piece. That's what I like to do. I might get into racing one day. I don't know. We would call it United Racing in LLC or something. I don't know.
I was just gonna.
Yeah, yeah, might as well because I got the
I was just
logo.
gonna ask that. Have you ever done any of that?
I'm a NASCAR fan, and that's another people a lot of people don't know
That's what's
about.
up.
I'm a NASCAR fan. I'm a Brave fan too. And
Ah,
I play a little tennis on the side too. But I'm a NASCAR fan. Dale Earnhardt, Elliott, Chase, all them guys. I watched the Daytona 500. Even I like going to horse races. I like to go, see them horse races stuff, the Kentucky Derby. So yeah, those are things I like to do, and that's what I like to, I gravitate to. But when I'm doing that, I still always thinking about business. How can I level myself to the next level from there?
now real quick with the
Yeah.
NASCAR, because I watched a couple of them. You have when you go there, do you have to have the your ears protected? Is it that loud? Because I heard it's that
Well, you
loud.
can, you can. It's all depends on where you at. It's loud out there now, but it's if you have some kids, yeah, I would say put your put your help, put your things on, But it's real out there. It's real out there. I mean, you have so much excitement, you won't even need a headphone, but it's loud. It's loud. I love it.
Maybe one day. Um,
Yeah,
I've seen it. I'm more interested in how what is it? The pit?
yeah, cockpit. Yeah, cockpit. Yeah,
Am I saying it
yes,
right? I don't. Yeah,
yeah,
I'd be more excited watching
yeah.
that.
How they eject the car and all that. Yeah, oh
Like,
yeah, yeah.
heck, they do that, but
Yeah. Oh, it's very,
yeah,
it's
it's so
very,
quick
it's
like
very
that. But
strategic.
in any case,
Yes, sir. Yes,
all right.
sir.
So I I appreciate you for coming through. Now I'm not sure if you remember, but I used to do something. I still do it. It's not that I used to. I still
Yeah.
do. Burning questions. I used to ask some bizarre questions, some off the chain questions, but I have toned them up a little bit and cleaned them up. I spoke yesterday about how I had to clean some
Yeah.
things up, so we're on a different path. So we're getting ready to get into burning questions. So anybody out there that's listening, if you want to chime in tonight's burning questions, please feel free to text me at 609-200-1098. That is the official 411 podcast reading between the wines hotline. Again, that number is 609-200-1098. You can chime in. Let us know how you feel about tonight's show. Let us know how you feel about my guest and the vibe, and respond to the burning questions. So burning questions. Where should someone start when debt feels so overwhelming that it triggers depression and panic? I'll read that again and then I'll let you go ahead and take over on that. Where should someone start when debt feels so overwhelming that it triggers depression and
Mm.
panic?
Wh- Where they should start?
Thanks.
They need to start cutting. They need to start. If you can't pay for it, let it go. Um, I would say, I would say. Hmm, well, I got the answer, but I'm gonna say it so many words. I would say, start paying your stuff in cash. If you can't afford it right now, save your money up to get it in big cash and be done with it to where you ain't got to worry about them payments and them people calling you and calling you every week, every while you trying to work and you trying to enjoy your lunch at work. Just go ahead and if you don't got the money, save your money up and then go buy it in cash and then keep your credit right. You all got to keep your credit right and live between your means. But I would say the best way to cut debt is just start with stuff that you don't need. Start with stuff you don't need.
Yeah.
If it ain't making you no money, if it ain't making you no money, let it go. If it ain't making you no money, let it go. But if it ain't making you no money, I would say pay it off. Pay it off. Pay it off. Just pay it
Okay,
off.
so
If you ain't got the money to pay for it, if you ain't got the money to pay for it, save your money up and go back to it and buy it in cash. And you ain't got to worry about them problems. You ain't got to worry about them people calling you calling your job and all that stuff. No, you ain't got to worry. This save your money, buy it, and keep your credit, and you be all right. You be just fine. For real. I'm just letting you know.
Now I'm laughing a little bit on the inside. You want to know why I'm laughing? I'm
Why?
laughing because I can. I'm I'm laughing because I can tell you're good with money. You're a businessman. I can see that you're good with
I mean, but
money.
listen, but
Your business has been around for a minute.
yes,
I can tell you're good with money.
yeah, you and another thing too, you got to be a good
But this is
stewardship.
for the average.
The Bible say you got to be a good stewardship of your
See,
money. You got to be a good stewardship of your money. This the man that's giving it to you now. Understand that he can give it to you and take it
well, hold
away.
up though. But most people don't think.
Yeah,
I know that's right.
but
But
see,
most people
a lot of
they think that it's
oh, go ahead, go
their
ahead.
money.
A lot of people say that.
No, I was just saying most
Mm,
people think that it's their money.
oh yeah, I ain't your money. That money just here to give out to people. Is a tool to get you to the next level. But see, a lot of people don't even, they just want the money. They don't want to. When you get the money, you got to learn to be disciplined and maintain to keep it too. So before you get the money, you got to talk to that man above. Say, okay, hey, look, now I'm about to get this X, Y, and Z. I want you to keep me humble. You got to talk to him before it comes,
Hmm.
because when it comes, that's it. You got to learn to manage that stuff because you don't know what's gonna come again. So you got to be a good stewardship over your money. If you don't, then it's like you robbing Peter to pay Paul. But I done came to a point in my life to where we ain't got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Rob Paul and Peter got to come to us now. You see what I'm saying? Paul and Peter got to come to us. We don't got to rob and Peter to pay Paul. That stuff over with. You should be in a position. You want to put yourself in a position to where Paul and Peter come to you. But that's a whole nother subject for different day. That's a
Hmm.
little deep right there. That's now don't take somebody gonna mess around and clip this. You want to put yourself
Hmm.
in a position to where you ain't got to rob Peter to pay Paul. You want to put yourself in a position where Paul and Peter can come to you and let Paul and Peter work for you.
So now that I know I could talk, money with you. Now I know we could get into the biblical part money aspect, which is good. But this is just for the average individual who is overwhelmed. They are head over. They're buried. They don't understand what
Mm,
happened, and it's overwhelming. They have depression. They have panic. They're not at that point. What we're talking about, because that's understanding and that's knowing, that's being in the knowing. This is for someone who doesn't know. Where would they start?
um, I'll say you got to get in that word. Um, Understand the different Bible stories about money. You got the I would say, like I say, I would say you just got to pay your tithes. You got to give, even if you don't have a church to go, to give to somebody. That man above will nudge you, tell you, okay, that money that I done bless you with, you need to bless somebody with. You see what I'm saying? Or donate it to the church. But pay your tithes. I would say better pay your tithes, because he'll take it from you. Oh, he'll take it from you now.
Now, should some donate to the church when they're in debt and they're, you know,
Yes,
head
yes,
deep
yep. Oh yeah. When you
in
deep
debt?
in debt, you still gotta
They
donate.
should still donate.
Oh yeah, because that's showing God that you willing to make that sacrifice because you believe in Him that He gonna help you out with your situation. He gonna test you too. Oh yeah, you got to give money when you ain't got it.
Now,
You got to get, yeah.
now here's where I have an issue. When people are in debt,
Mm,
they're head over heels in debt, and the church knows that these people are in debt. The church knows, like, okay, like maybe we should give them some, building on debt-free living. But some churches will rather you just continuously keep donating, tithing, whatever you want to call it, over and over and over again, giving to the church while not educating the congregation on how to do right with their money. Now, there are some churches out there that's what that's about. Is more so lining the pastor's pockets, making sure that he has his car,
Oh
on
yeah,
point,
yeah, yeah.
clothes,
It's a
dressed to the
the church is
nines, and all of
business.
that stuff, but not necessarily. Yeah.
The church
So,
is a business.
to my point,
Um,
when someone is in
mhm.
debt, yeah, when someone is so much in debt, you're saying that they should continue to give
Yeah.
to the church.
Yeah, give what you can in good faith. You ain't got to give what the people asking you. Give what you can in good faith, and then you got a lot of pastors and a lot of churches out there that's preying on people that's in bad situations, that's in debt. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a I ain't it's a that's what I'm saying. You got to learn to keep God first. It's a lot of churches out there money hungry now, but you got to when that man tell you
Mhm.
to give, not saying when that man, the physical man, when you got that feeling to say you need to give, not because he tell you to. But when it's time for you to give, and you know the Lord done brought you far than where he done where you been. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't saying give all your money to it. You still gotta live because the Bible say use wisdom now. But yeah, there's some churches out there that's money hungry.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you got to
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
got to be you got to distinguish that. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I'm picking up
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
putting down. I know where you coming from. Yeah, some churches out there, but you got to know when to put good seeds. You got to know when to put what you got to know what church where you need to plant your seeds at. Cause you mess around sowing in
Mhm.
bad ground and
Yeah. N-
you ain't
Now,
gonna never get nothing.
when you were answering the
Shit.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
When you were answering the question, you were speaking about paying everything in cash, not using somebody else's money, basically, not using someone else's credit. You were saying make sure you pay everything in cash, and if you can't afford it, then that's exactly what that
Yeah.
means, right?
I mean,
Like
if you want it, buy it. But certain things you don't need to buy if you're trying to get somewhere in life.
my I
You
wow.
know what I'm saying?
Certain things you don't need to buy if you're trying to get somewhere
Yeah,
in
that
life.
stuff gonna be right there.
Mm-mm.
That stuff is all illusion. That stuff is for you to block you so you won't get to your dream. Oh, that man, that they make that stuff every day.
It's a
Yeah,
distraction.
distraction. Yeah, man, they make that stuff every day. They made it. I mean, no, you keep your credit good. But I'm saying is buy stuff that gonna keep you out of debt. I ain't saying you buy some rims and that's up to
Oh,
you. But
okay.
but I mean, I think at
Okay,
twenty-five we
buy
got
some things that are going to keep you out of debt. Give me give me an
buy something that's going to make you some money. You got good debt, you got bad debt. Good debt is something that's going to make you money. Bad debt, you don't need to buy it now. You can just save your money, buy it later on, and save your money. You got bad debt, you got good debt. Good debt is you got something that's going to bring you money. Bad debt is like something that you buy something just sitting there that you can spend over $500 for. It's just sitting there.
Oh,
Ain't serving you no
okay.
purpose. When that light bill, that mortgage
Okay,
come
so get
around, when that light bill, that mortgage come around, then we'll see if you really made them right decisions or not. So yeah, already like for real, uh, you gotta buy what you that's gonna bring you some money. All that other stuff, that stuff gonna come and go. That stuff gonna come and go. It'll be right there waiting on you by the time you get done what you got to do. And by the time you do that, the price be done went down under than what you really thought you were paid for. Some of that stuff, man, that's just materialistic stuff. People just want to buy,
okay,
keep you in debt.
give me example of something that would keep you out of debt. Give me an example of something that'll keep you out of debt.
Uh, Land, assets, buying homes, flipping homes, buying property, buying anything tangible that you can buy and resell that somebody gonna need. Somebody always need a place to stay. Somebody gonna need a place to store something. Storage units, rental property, buying and
Mhm.
selling cars. Everybody gonna need a
Mhm.
car, rent out a car, whatever. Those are things gonna have you some revenue coming in. Those are things that are going to have the lights and stuff come on. Keep your lights on. And then most of all, finding your gift. But you got to go after what people going to need, not what people going to spend on what they
Mm,
need. Because they're going to need a roof over their head. They're going to need a car to drive. They're going to need gas. So you got to learn what you can provide that's going to be a need to somebody, to where you can capitalize off that, to where you can keep yourself out of debt and you can pay everything off, and then you can live your life and you can go to sleep good at night. That's the goal. I don't know what other goal than that. You know what I'm saying? But
all right.
you got to keep him first though.
So you
That's what I
obviously
learned. That's
you
what I learned.
obviously know what you're talking about.
No, I ain't saying
How
I know
long?
I'm
How?
talking about. I ain't saying I know I'm
No, I
talking
mean
about,
I
but
could.
I'm just
No, I could tell.
you, I ain't saying I know I'm talking about, but I just hope that may help somebody. Everybody got different situations. What my uncles would tell me, everybody don't put their pants on the same way. You know what I'm saying? Some people put their pants on backwards. Some people go with their head. I don't know, you know, but but I guarantee you this: if you want something, if you want to better yourself, you'll figure it out. You figure it out. It comes. You really wanted that bad. It figure it out. You be like, okay, yeah,
I that's the truth. You'll figure it out because you'll keep asking, you'll keep knocking,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and asking you shall receive.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's about enjoying your journey. That's all. Enjoying your journey, and keeping him first.
yeah, yeah. Well, this definitely has been a journey. Mm,
But I like that you
you said it.
I like that you doing what you doing too. I see that you came up. I see that you doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you don't owe an explanation to nobody. Remember that. You keep doing what you doing. You keep striving, and you keep putting him first. And you ain't gotta explain yourself to nobody. They see what you're doing. They see what you're doing.
Hmm.
They may not want to see what you're doing, but your family, your friends, they don't. They see what you're doing. They see what you're doing. They don't want to acknowledge you, but they see what you're doing though. Always remember this: if a person,
You
if a
know,
person knows so much about somebody else's business, bad, and they know, and you know this person, they know about all the good that you did for them too. They ain't no. We can't. We gotta learn to hold these people accountable of how they view us, how they view you, how they view me, and we got to learn to hold themselves accountable. But do they want to hold themselves accountable? I don't think so. But they not going to acknowledge that though. You ain't gonna hear too much
hmm.
about that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Listen,
gonna hear no thank you. They'll tell you in private
I
though.
am.
I already know what you I already know, bro. I already know this.
I am like sitting here thrown back by this
That's what I'm
this
saying.
conversation. I'm top it.
You just gotta know who you
Yeah,
are.
go
You did the work.
ahead. Huh.
You did the work to get where you at now. You know who you are. And you know what? You got people that's older than you still trying to figure their life out. You got people right now will come to you and
Yeah,
ask you
that's
questions.
one thing.
Ask you questions about how you do this and how you do that. So, oh yeah. I told you we was gonna take it there.
Yeah,
Them views gonna be up when you post this. Even now you say you gonna clip it out. Now I don't know, my phone might go there, but I think we'd be all right. But how you say you gonna clip and post this? You know how they do on what's the on the where they take little pieces. I don't want nothing with no other man have. I want my own wife. I want my own kids. I want my own car. I don't want nobody else blessings. I just want what God got for me. I don't want nothing that ain't got my name on it. That's all. Because
yeah, because it ain't gonna work. I don't want. Now you know what though? I used to be
Yeah,
like that. I
yeah,
will
yeah,
rewind a little bit before we get
yeah.
out of here. I used to be like that. Every single time I saw somebody drive this or wear this or do that, I would get upset because I wanted what that person has. And I would like push myself to get it. And you got to be careful
No,
what you
because you
wish
don't know
for
how they got it.
because you just
You
might
don't
get
know how
it.
they got it.
And
You don't know how they got it. You don't know, and that's the thing here.
exactly what it took for them to
You
get
don't.
it. Right.
That's the thing with the world. Nobody know how people get their stuff. All they want it. You see what I'm saying? And some of that stuff don't last long. And
Exactly.
but some of the stuff is be blessings. Some of the stuff is just be, oh, I want it, but it's just it's not really what people really think it is. When you really treat somebody really work hard for something, they deserve it. You see what I'm saying? But you don't know what them people had to do to get that. You don't know how they sleeping that night. You don't know if they can sleep at night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I like this. I like to sleep good at night, bro. I
Hmm.
don't be man. Come on, this saying you just gotta be mindful. And I can understand, and I understand where you're coming from. You want okay, I wanted you wanted because you was motivated by what you saw, and that what made you put in the good work to get where you at right now. I guarantee you, them same people that you really wanted, that I guarantee you they ain't got none of that stuff no more. And you done jump past them, and they got to do it all over again.
This out now.
Okay,
Now today, I don't want what nobody has because I've played
yeah,
that game before. I've done that. And like you said, you don't know how the people sleep. You don't know what's going on. If they got stress, they got anxiety, they got this, they got that. I don't, like you said earlier, I don't want nothing that ain't got my name on it. I want no parts of that. You said another thing, which is very important. You sleep good at night. It's
yeah.
something
You
so
supposed to.
different when you have your bills paid. I was speaking to someone a couple, what was it, maybe a week ago
Mm.
about it's nice when you pay your bills, right? Whatever it looks like at the end, for people who are still going through it, people who are still living from paycheck to paycheck, still hustling, grinding, doing whatever they got to do, whether they have $20, whether they have $200 in their bank account in between paychecks, it is what it is. But what a beautiful blessing and feeling that it is when you can rest your head at night knowing full well that all of your bills are paid and you ain't robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, that's a different type of sleep right there now. That's a and like and that's what a success and that's what success really come at. People look at success all type of ways. That's how I look at success where I can be able to take my daughter to school, take my kids to school, pick them up, walking around the pond, um, whatever, bro. Just spend time with them. Like that's my success. Be able to go to the kids' school, have lunch with them during the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I work hard for. That's what I like doing. But I can't speak for everybody else. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we own. That's what we own. Just spend time with family, make sure we there with them, and all the hard work and stuff we put in, and they deserve their fruits of our labor, and that's the fruits of our labor. That's success to me to be able to to get up and talk to my kids before they go to school, pray over them before they go to school, and be able to talk with the teachers, email the teachers, and talk to them. Being able to have that time to do that. See what I'm saying? But in order way to do that, you got to put yourself in position to where you can do that. And with doing that, you got to keep him first and have good intentions about what you're trying to do, and it happen. Yep. That
Hmm.
podcast going, you probably gonna do some numbers this time. I think.
Any last words you'd like to go ahead and share with the audience before we get out of
Um,
here
Really
tonight?
no last words. I say, we offer walking billboard advertisement. We offer mobile billboard advertisement, which we just added that to the business. And pretty much this I just want people to go after their dreams. Time is short. Go out there and live. Stop waiting for everybody to stop wait. Don't stop waiting for approval for everybody. Go do what you gotta do, because them people don't care already. They still trying to figure their life out. So yeah, already. So I would say just do something positive, put something good out in the world, and do something good. Leave something good behind. Um, because at the end of the day, I know everybody after money, but be able to leave something good behind when you leave that person, like, hey sis, you doing good, hey bro, you doing good, keep it up. People want to hear that, and a lot of people afraid to even the utter that out their mouth. You got a lot of people that's going through stuff, they can't even say that. But I remember the time that when I was doing my thing and a lot of people encouraged me, and now things are kind of reversed. I want to be able, I stay the same person. I want to be able to do the same thing because I know what it is. I know what it's like on the other side. So
Right.
just to keep, encourage people, do something good for them. Go kiss your mama, hug your mama, hug your daddy. Um, go to the church with your grandmama, Easter Sunday, Christmas coming up. Spend some family time. These holidays coming around. I mean, don't just expect something from somebody around holidays. You ain't heard from him 365 days a year, and you expecting a gift from them. Call and check on that person. Call and see how they doing. Sometime.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Don't just call. Hey, I'm just checking because of color holidays. You know what I'm saying? So holidays are every day. Your birthday is every day. God wake you up every day to do something good. So when you get to a point in your life when you can celebrate your birthday every day, not when a calendar tell you, then you're doing something. But until then, we got to keep working. We got to
Mm,
keep working. We got to
right.
keep working, and that's what I got to say.
I
United
like that.
Advertising. That's what. Huh?
I know that's right. I know that's
Already.
right. That's why I say United Advertising. Absolutely. I got you. Put that in there. Um, I sent you some information for my master class. I really want you to attend that now that I know,
Okay.
the mindset that you're coming from. Did you get that information?
I think I got it. You
I'll
had
send it
emailed
to
it
you
to me.
again if you.
Okay, yeah, this sent to me. I look
Yeah.
over it. I definitely look over. It's I can I join the class virtually, or you talking me flying and coming to where you at and
It's
seeing you in
virtual.
person?
And it's virtual. It's going to
Oh,
be
okay, okay.
this it's this Sunday. But now you might be in church though.
I see.
You go to church on Sunday.
yeah, it's
It's at
first Sunday
12.
too.
It's at
Oh yeah,
12
it's
p.m.
first Sunday too. Now after
Oh,
hours,
yeah.
after
Okay.
1 or 12, we probably can work something out.
It'll probably be over.
Yeah, I think.
It'll probably be over about
Yeah,
that
after
time.
12, we could probably get it on. But yeah.
Probably be over about. It'll probably be over about 2 o'clock, right when you get out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not a problem. We can work it out, and
Yeah,
then
it'll
maybe
it'll probably be done.
you
But
have a different one.
I'll send you the replay.
Okay. Amen. Not a problem, man. I told you, hey, look, I told you I
Yeah.
was gonna give you them views, and then you can take
Yeah.
this thing and cut it up and the little segments and stuff, cut them in little segments. I could probably get posted and share it on my thing as a motivation to help other people out.
I
And
feel you. I
and what's
got
so
you.
funny, right? What's so
I
funny,
appreciate.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. What's so funny, this was something I've been wanting to get out for years. That's the part about it. And to be able to be on your show, to be able to get it out and be able to speak the truth, this is what people need to hear. To let them know there's people out there that's really thinking the same way how they thinking, but they are afraid to come forward, and they're afraid people going to turn the other cheek on them. But I ain't got nothing to lose. I done been through hell and back, storms or whatever. And it's just a part of the process. That's all. It's just part of the process. That's all it is. And then somebody can look back and say, okay,
Mhm.
well, this happened, that happened. That's all it is. It's just a part of the journey. It's really no failure. It's a failure if you look at it that way, but a failure is something you can always learn from. Because it's gonna be more, it's gonna be more. But I guarantee you will learn how to handle it better. But I ain't gonna say no more, man. I just
Mhm.
wanted to throw that out there.
I'm sitting here thinking like we definitely gonna have to have you come back in the future
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
it's a whole bunch of growth that happened since the last time you've been on the show. It's a whole bunch of growth. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of lot of mental growth too. But a lot of mental growth. Lot of that. And a lot of faith and a lot of God and a lot of time and patience. And it's a lot of time. And that's one thing we can't get back is time. So where we said people will make time for who they want to make time for, let them. So while they doing that, God will start
Mhm.
making time for people that need to be in your life and you can grow from. People gonna make time for who they gonna make time for. Let them. Where they at? That's where they want to be. What's the girl name? Keisha Cole. And Keisha Cole say that where they at? That's where
Indeed.
they want to be. Okay.
Oh,
All right. All right. Now
that's where they
that's where they
want to
want to
be.
be at.
Wow.
You ain't gotta beg nobody, man. You ain't gotta
Wow.
beg nobody for their time. You ain't gotta
Yeah.
beg nobody for no conversation. They know if they want to deal with you or not.
That's what you
And I brought it back around
and
for you.
that's what you said in
Yeah.
the beginning of the show, and I was trying to remember, and you brought it back. Where people are at, that's where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want to
that's what they
be.
want to be, good and bad. But guess what? That's how you learn to value them from a distance. That's why my grandma used to tell my mom used to tell me, well, baby, you got to learn to love people from a distance. And that's where that come from. Or what's the other saying? Feeding them with a long spoon. Yeah. You guys think they still people, they still gotta grow. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is. That's all it is. That's what it is. And them old sayings like that had really kept me, and I really understand what my uncle, my granddaddy, and my parents and my forefathers really had understand what they were saying about everything. What they were saying then is really happening now. Everything what they saying is happening now.
Absolutely.
Look at
Yeah.
the look at what's man Hyundai plant. Them people, and you got man
Mhm.
Donald Trump doing whatever he doing. But you gotta understand this. What a lot of people don't want to hear. Nobody he didn't chase y'all to put him in that office. America did that. So whoever voted for that man, what they say, my grandma used to tell me, where you make your bed, you're gonna have to lay in it now. And that's an honest
Mm.
God truth. A lot of people not willing to say that. Whoever voted for Trump, that's him. Whoever, I'm just saying, even they voted for Kamala Harris. Whatever they got, whoever you voted for, that's who you wanted. That's all it is.
Hmm.
You ain't nobody can't fault nobody else. Nobody can't blame the black, the white, the Hispanic, none of that. Whoever voted that man in office, that's what we did dealing with today. That's all it is. Ain't no other story than that. The people say go down
Well,
and vote. You had two people to vote for. America had two people to vote for. That's who they wanted. And so guess what? That's what you get. When you go to the restaurant and you go to the liquor store or the or the what is the package shop and you go to the restaurant, you gonna pay for what you get, right? All right. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just being crap frankly with you. So
mm,
I'm not mad about what's going on because that's what that's what America wanted. That's why you see these people going against each other so much now. They don't know where to turn because they put their own way in the office. That's all it is. You can't blame the white or the black man. The world voted for that man. So guess what the world gonna have to do?
mm.
Deal with it. That's all. That's all. Because we as a people, we've been dealing with this 400 years ago. This ain't nothing to us. We've been getting scraps and stuff. They just now understanding what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We've been dealing with this
Wow.
stuff. We know how to learn to make something out of nothing. You see what I'm saying? We used to get all the rice and all the collard greens and stuff off the boat and all that stuff. We know how to survive around here. But, you know, that's things that people don't want to hear, want to talk about. But it's the truth. Like I said, America voted for who they voted for, and now we just gotta deal with it. Ain't no if and buts about that. When they what my when you were old, we know when an old country man tell you, man, you in big trouble, and he yelled, when the old man tell you that you in big trouble, you in trouble, you in trouble, you in trouble. You in trouble, Bernie Mac. You in trouble, trouble, trouble. You gonna be in trouble. Well, he told thing off a Players Club, you gonna be in trouble. If I raise up, you gonna be in trouble. So I had to throw that in there, man. I had to throw that
Oh boy.
in there. But
Wow. I'm gonna
yeah,
say it has been really
thank
good
you.
catching up with you. I can't
Yes,
believe it.
yes.
I can't believe it's been this much time in between. Um, Good luck on the business. Continue to keep doing your
Thank you.
thing.
Thank
Um,
you, brother.
I honestly, I have to tell you, I am absolutely thrown back. I did not know how much knowledge you had when it comes to, you know, the financial
Oh
literacy
yeah, yeah.
part. There's things that you've said tonight that I'm not going to reveal on the show, of course, but there's things that you said that lets me understand and know that you understand how this
Oh
game
yeah, yeah. It's
works.
just a game. It's just a game. You gotta be
So,
and then
yeah.
what's so funny, right? What's so funny about the game, the world give you signs of what they're gonna do next. You just gotta put yourself in position to be ahead.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother
That's a
story.
whole nother man. But like I say, uh, we gotta do this again. And you can I think this video, you're gonna have to clip it,
I
clip all the
really
good stuff.
honestly,
You might just play it all the way through. I mean, you're gonna have to clip. What I'm saying is, so you can win too, keep the full video, but then clip it up, right? And turn it into a motivational thing to where you can put on your page to where this is a motivational, okay, whatever I said in them seconds, so it'll draw attention to your page to where they'll watch
I
another
got
reel.
you.
They want to watch another reel. They want to watch another reel. Break it up. Cause I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it
I
myself. I
got
mean,
you.
however it comes, but break it up to where somebody can learn something from it, and then listen now. Then you can post it, you tag and share it, and somebody else tag and share it. Now your stuff is floating out there. Because I know I said some stuff that people don't even want to hear about or talk about. Not even hear about, but I know I said some things that uh that kind of hit home. That okay, man, this he on to something. Yeah,
Hmm,
yeah, 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 yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I think honestly, I think you should we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
I'm send you some stuff
Yeah.
once we get out of
Yeah.
here. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
let my phone
yeah.
charge. I'm gonna let my phone charge.
Yeah,
Uh
we'll be in touch.
in a minute. If you want to call, I mean, you were offline or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. But yeah, chop it up, man. Look, it's been good. I'm gonna close this stuff up here and get back at it, and we gonna get ready for tomorrow. And before I let you take this, what I'm about to say now, you can take this. You know, at the end of the day, we just try to keep the light on, brother. And every day we just try to get up, and we need to put one foot in front of the other every day. That's gonna lead us to the top. You know, have to keep up.
All right, take care. It sounds like we got like a bad
Okay.
connection towards the end, but thank you. I'll be in touch. Yeah. Wow. That was a deep conversation there with Neil Jones Jr. It's been a minute since I spoke to him, and hear the growth from both of our parts. It's mind blowing. Anyway, so if there is anything that you heard tonight that sparked an interest in you, I mean, Neil definitely took some biblical things out and definitely put them on the table, which is what I'm all about when it comes to the debt free living. So I focus on debt free living from the realm of spiritual and financial wellness. All four of those play a key role as far as getting your finances in order. The first part is spiritual, understanding and knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, you have no idea. So, first part, understanding and knowing who you are, know thyself. After we focus on the spiritual, then we go into the mental aspect of it, as far as how do you think and how do you feel about money. Key thing, there's so many different things that we've learned that were not so good about money. So now it comes to the whole reprogramming of your mind, changing that mindset of how you feel about money. After that, it's the physical. How do you show up in a world once you learn the spiritual, once you learn the mental? How are you showing up in the physical realm when it comes to how you're handling money? Are you doing a lot of impulse buying? Have you scaled back? Are you really concerned about what somebody else thinks you have on, and the clothes you have, car you drive, the house you live in? How do you show up in the physical realm? And then after you've figured out all of those other three components, spiritual, mental, physical, now comes to the wealth building aspect of it. Because we understand, we've been through certain segments, we've been through certain sections of our lives, and now we understand, okay, if we do A, B, and C, the end result is just going to be amazing. Still so thrown back. He was like, listen, if you don't have the money, then don't buy it. And that is absolutely the truth. If you don't have the money, then don't buy it. A lot of times we get into this situation because we want something, we don't have the money, but we still buy it. We're borrowing somebody else's money. Now we got an issue and we don't have enough to pay back, and trying to keep up with the Joneses, robbing Peter to pay Paul, living from paycheck to paycheck. And yeah, if you want to know more about debt-free living, please head on over to LarenGaines.com. You can sign up for my free 15-minute consultation. You can apply to see if you qualify. Apply to see if you qualify for the coaching sessions. I focus on debt-free living from spiritual, mental, physical, and financial well-being. You can also sign up for my free monthly newsletter. Awesome, inspirational content delivered to your inbox once a month, centered around debt-free living. You can head on over to LarenGaines.com for that. This has been an amazing show tonight. We are on night 2. Tomorrow we'll have night 3 with author Melvin Parapali. And there's going to be something special about tomorrow night. So for those of you who are listening out there, thank you so much. You definitely want to come back tomorrow night because it's going to be something very special. I'm not going to, reveal it until tomorrow, but we're going to go somewhere. We're going to go on a journey tomorrow. So check us out. Same place, same time. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. We got to go ahead and pay some bills. We got to get out of here and get prepared for tomorrow. So on that note, I want to say thank you all so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much for Neil, United Advertising. Thank you to Queen Dawn Spirit, Marcus. And we're going on this journey, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good night.
4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the 411 podcast and Reading Between the Wines, where growth is always on the menu, and every pour reveals a little more truth. The conversation doesn't end here. Have something to say? Want to weigh in on tonight's burning questions? Text us anytime at the official 411 podcast and Reading Between the Wines hotline at 609-200-1098. Stay plugged in across all social media platforms at Laren Gaines. We're live and in the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, DLive, Twitch, and Dailymotion. Prefer to listen on the go? The audio version is streaming on most major podcast outlets. Until we meet again, take what you've learned, sip slow, speak truth, and remember, transformation starts within. Powered by the Black Diamond Consultations Network.